Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, we're going to play a little Dimir Doom. The Doomsday Excruciator deck was, one of the top tier decks in the meta for a while when I think the Spider-Man was released, and people really liked this combo with the Caveros slash Superior Spider-Man copying Doomsday Excruciator and milling our opponent out. But I always felt like it's a little bit janky, even though it is one of the top tier decks. It's pretty easy to handle with the Graveyard Hate, and as far as milk plans go, this is one of those that is not as consistent because a lot of 6-drop demons get stuck in your hand. So I thought, what if we tried this deck, but cut all the way down to just one Excruciator and just kind of win on the back of 4 Deceits in the deck. With Spider-Man, we also got, well, not Spider-Man, with Turtles, we also got a new Armaggon, the Future Shark creature, which when it enters, destroys 3 creatures, so it kind of works double-sided well, not double-sided, what's it called? Double speed compared to the Harvest of Misery, where it just gets all creatures -2/-2. This basically kills all creatures, right? I don't think there's a board wide enough on standard that killing 3 creatures doesn't pretty much wipe the board. So that's kind of where all of the synergies come in with Caveros. But we don't have to hold on to just Cavero win. Sometimes just landing a Deceit can win, right? Just hard casting a 6-mana Deceit. You can bounce their not Shelter by Ghost, what's the other ones? Rest in Peace. Anything that hates on your graveyard, and Deceit can then, be able to allow our graveyard play to work in most of the matchups where that wouldn't happen. And Deceit also is a card that says bounce target non-land permanent for 2 blue, which means we can kind of get rid of any non-land permanent. In Dimir color, that's very rare. So that is kind of the idea of the deck. Of course, to live long enough to do that, we got to have a lot of removals. So we got things like Hex and Bitter Triumphs. Bitter Triumph also help us discard cards that we don't need. We have Winter Night Stores to help us draw cards, Archenemy Charm to bring cards back, and even Insatiable Avarice, which can double back as a kill spell. If we land the Doomsday Excruciator, we can Avarice them and make them draw the cards. That's kind of the whole idea, right? That the deck works originally as is, but I slotted in Armaggon and I took out some Doomsday and I added a little bit more card draw. And Day of the Black Sun, I think, is a fantastic card, even though it doesn't kill earth-bending creatures for whatever reason. That's a bug, right? This is each creature with mana value X or less lose all ability. Is an earth-bending part of the ability? No, they still come back. That's annoying, but at least you get to wipe out a board of Badgermost with just 4 mana, which is the intent of this deck, or this card, right? So that is what I added to the deck. So let's talk about the deck list, shall we? Turn 1, we have 4 Hex, because we got to kill those early game creatures, and 2 Intimidation Tactics. So we can also look at our opponent's hand and get rid of some cards. Tactics is a little bit better than Duress, in my opinion, in the current meta, not only because it's hitting creatures, and, Watsy is pumping out some crazy-ass creatures, but it also allows us to cycle in case it loses usefulness after we Deceit them. So I think Intimidation Tactics is a little bit better than Duress in this deck for the 1-drop. 2-drop, we got 4 Bitter Triumph. It might look like the only 2-drop in the deck, but that's not the case. We have 2 more in the discard side of Harvester Misery. We almost never cast Harvester. It's always the discard part, which then we can -2/-2 on a creature and get rid of early game Badgermost and things like that. And of course, the other most important 2-drop of the deck, Deceit. We get to Thoughtseize him for 2 mana, right? So Thoughtseize isn't that great for 2 mana, but we can then Cavero it back and do it again. That's where it makes its money. So that's our 2-drop play. 3 drops is where all the card draws come in. We got 4 Stock Up, 2 Winter Night Story, technically 2 Insatiable Avarice, which can also serve as a draw 3, and then 1 Archenemy's Charm, which could be a removal, but it can also be a draw 2 from your graveyard. Right? You can return 2 creatures from your graveyard. So it's a 3 mana play, and then of course 4 mana play is the Caveros. So that's our curve. Day of the Black Sun could be slotted into 2, 3, or 4, depending on what your opponent is playing. Most likely not more than 4, because if it's 5 mana, you can just Deadly Cover Up. And the great thing about Deadly Cover Up, I very often forget, is that against those pesky landfall decks, if they ever mill a forest, guess what? We collect evidence and we can exile all forests from their deck. It doesn't say up to 4, it says all cards. So you guys should take all their forests out. That's gonna be pretty fun. And then the cards we bring back: Doomsday Excruciator, Armaggon with Caveros. These are never getting hardcasted. Don't hardcast these. That's wrong. And that's the whole idea of the deck. So that's that being the idea. Now we talk about the land base. We have 25 lands because I don't want to get mana screwed. 10 swamps, 4 Gloomlake Verge, 4 Restless Reef, 2 Undercity Sewers, 4 Watery Grave, and 1 Cavern of Souls. Probably naming humans to make sure our Caveros are uncounterable. And that's the whole idea of the deck. Now, you need a lot of swamps because we got a lot of black cards and black pips. 3 Archenemy's Charm are all black pips. 3, the draw 3 card side of Insatiable Avarice is 3 black pip. And of course, Doomsday Excruciator, even though we don't ever want to hardcast him, he has 6 blue pips. So in a 4 scenario, you can try to hardcast him. That's the whole idea of the deck. So that's our Dimir Doom. Let's go into the game to see how well we will do. Alright, our opponent is Rust. The mighty Rust. We get our intimidation tactic. So let's go with that. Let's get intimidating. What you playing there? Oh, Badgermole deck. Okay. Well, there's like 3 Badgermoles. I don't think I can kill all 3. Right? Yeah, I don't think I can kill all 3. Still, we gotta get started at some point. Did they turn on Landware Elf? No, they're just gonna bushwhack for a land. Okay. I do Bitter Triumph this second Badgermole. I guess then we stock up, see what we can hit here. I think a Black Sun is okay. Do I want another stock up? Nah, just take the Seed, I think. Alright? Yeah, I just take the Seed. It is the best card against what they're about to do this turn. They'll probably just play another land in Badgermole again. They do get to ramp that. Do I just want to let this go? No, right? I think a Black Sun for 2. Alright, we can build your own Deceit. If I need to do that. Let's see if he plays a Hydra. We can slowly build our own Deceit. Briskly build. Okay, that's not a Hydra, so I'm not too worried about one build. Michelangelo is annoying. Harvester. I missed the land drop though, that's kind of annoying. But I definitely play this on black. We'll Deceit him, see what he has. Earthbender's Ascension and Hydra. They're both pretty scary cards, but I guess we take the Ascension here. Well, I could take both. No, we gotta take the Ascension. It's the scarier card. Right? And then, I think he wants to play the Hydra and activate both of these to put the Hydra into very big range. I'll wait to see what he does. He's probably going to play the Hydra here. I mean, missing out land drop hurts, but obviously I drew the Harvester, which helps. Alright, let's kill the Michelangelo. I don't want him to get extra +1/+1 counters. And if he keeps his Hydra, all the better. Mutagen. Is there any more sticks? I hope there's no more sticks. It doesn't seem like there's more sticks. So great. Well, I cannot Black Sun for 3. But what I can do is blue, blue. Black, black. Caveros for our Deceit. Alright, we'll bounce our Hydra. And now... Ooh. That doubling is scary. Right? That doubling is scary, and the Hydra's not as scary, so... We'll let that go. Play the Hydra again. We'll probably just do it again. He can make this a 4, but not a 5. So he wants to just trade? I don't understand this. If you just want to trade, I'll trade you. Like, I don't think that's a very good play, to be honest. Alright, kill your Hydra. No abilities, and go away. Well, okay, fine. I guess that happens. Oh, a Hex. Completely pointless. So, if he doubles, there'll be 4, and he doubles again, it'll be 8. And if I do this, I will die. So, I can bounce this and put a Caveros to the top. Is that the best play here? I can also Avarice. I could Avarice, but this is where it gets really risky, right? I can also just Avarice to search my library for a card and then not do anything, but... do I have a Deceit in the graveyard? I don't. Yeah, this is very risky. I will search my library for this to the top. And we'll end turn. If it's a fetch land, it still won't kill us. I mean, I didn't put a land there, so I don't think I can stop this still. What can I get here? Badgermole Cup? Then I have to block. I don't think I get much out of this. No, no, no. Just bounce this. Alright. It's gonna have a 1-1. And if he doesn't play the next card, it's a protection spell. We are at 6. We are very close to that. He plays a Landware Elf, which is great. I'll Hex that. I mean, I didn't have to Hex that this turn, I guess. Ooh, okay. Ooh, did I pay 2 blue? Shoot. You know what? I'm not sure if I pay 2 blue and 2 black, so we'll kill it with a Harvester. It's a -2. And I still have the discard in my hand. In my graveyard if I need it. Bristly Bell. Bristle. You want to activate it? Double is supposed to on counter. Show us how it's done. Alright. This time I can get the correct ones. Bounce this back to your hand, and then discard it. And I'll play this land. Attack for 4. I'm out of cards, but so is our opponent. In the top deck, war who wins? Turns out it was me. Alright, our opponent is Sardaldanoite. Oh, that's a long name. Are we gonna go first? And we got Deceit. I will live with this. I can hex something if they play something. White. Survivor. Don't survive, go away. Okay. Well, I'm not going to be able to use the black side of Deceit. Or the blue side of Deceit. Because I only have one blue mana. Unfortunately. Or at least for now. Alright, what do you got? Most helpful Weaver, Wonder Weave Aerialist, and Spellbook Vendor. And this is the worded guy. Man, their hand's full of creatures. Vendor. We get another Cavero. That's nice. I would like to have Cavero number 2. That's exactly what I would like to have. Here's another Deceit. I should have played a Gloomlake Verge. Honestly, that was a mistake. That mistake will probably come back to bite me. They can have a big vendor. That's fine. Otherwise, they get a double strike. I definitely don't want to see that. They should have scry first. Could have fixed their draw, but no, it's fine. Didn't even want to pay. Oh, you want a protection spell. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, this wasn't gonna happen here, right? I didn't think so. Alright. I could Cavero into a Deceit, or I can Cavero into Veteran Survivor. How good is a Veteran Survivor against? Not that great. It'll have Ward 2, which means 4 mana for Shelter by Ghost. It's not like I'm gonna get it anywhere, right? I think I still take the Deceit. Another Feather Flight and a Sharp Mage Rescue. Alright, you can fly all the way up. We are gonna take a lot of damage. But if I can draw a blue source, right, like, this Cavero won't be as useless. Ow. Not a blue source. He's only -2. I mean, he's gonna fly. I don't think it matters. Gonna have to take 5. Is he playing nothing? Does he have another Sharp Mage Rescue? To the top. Alright. Ooh, a Bitter Triumph. Unfortunate, right? I mean, like, I can't do both. Ah. Does he just have the nothing? It's a vendor? Cool. Why didn't he play his other vendor? He didn't even put the one... Did he get War 1 for that? I don't know. This is quite annoying. He will pay 1, and it gets... Oh, it doesn't get War 1. It just gets a Scry 1 when he attacks. Okay. 3, 3, 4, 4. Pretty annoying, but we could deal with it. So first, we discard this. Right? I could just attack. If I just attack with 4 of these, he'd chump block 1. That's not great. I don't think I do that. Instead, we'll kill this. Discard a card to kill your vendor. I don't need this Cavern. I'm not going to attack for 8. Ah, GG. Yep. That's what you get. That's what you get. GG anyways. Alright, our opponent is Tim. The brilliant Tim. a brilliant argument, but we are going first. You know, Insatiable Avarice is a good card, but it feels like so many games it felt middling. We'll find out. We are going first. Okay, well. There's 2 wide ley lines. I don't think I can let him have a creature. So. Well. How about we both do nothing? Johnny's Primate. Do we Bitter Triumph here, or do we Hex it? No, we Hex it. Well, we can. Bitter Triumph probably catches everything in the deck anyways. Oh, we get Mana Screwed. That's fun, right? I love being Mana Screwed against our opponent. We'll pay 3 lives to get rid of this. They'll gain a life, but at least they won't have a Hylia. Alright? Another Johnny's Primate. This is just great. I love playing a Mana Screw game. Oh, there's the Shelter by Ghost too. Oh, this has been fun. Yeah, this has been fun, right? It's so big now. I can't even Hex it. Okay, how about we don't draw lands? Alright, our opponent is Jafe. Cool. His name is Jafe. Jafe is letting us go first, but we do have a tap land. Do we tactic him turn 1? Nah. C is a good card, but I don't want to get Mana Screwed again. The amount of time I've gotten Mana Screwed with this deck makes you think, right? Oh, Tranquil Cove. Black. So, what you running? What kind of deck are you running? No More Lies. Pretty annoying. 3 steps ahead. Pretty annoying. Pinnacle, don't care. Caretaker's Talent's probably the best card here. But I think No More Lies is probably the hardest to play around. If I take his Caretaker's Talent, will he just... Oh, if I take his Consult, will he consult for a land? If I take his No More Lies, will he consult for a land? This is kind of tricky, right? Take his 3 steps, maybe hold up his Consult. Console is a good card. But 3 steps... Yeah, I'd take No More Lies. It's harder to fight around in the early games. I took his No More Lies, which means now I can play this. Unless he drew another one. Consult for a land. Okay, we'll discard this. Doomsday. Never want to play that. Oh, Cavern. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, well. What do I hit him with? Because I can Cavero the Deceit. I can also Cavero the Doomsday. But it'll give me 3 turns to attack him. I don't know. All these cards that he has does draw cards. I think human, for sure. Alright. I guess we will... Blue. Blue. We'll do it like this. Can't counter this. like, if I played a demon, I can't guarantee to kill him. But against this kind of deck, yeah, no, he's a little bit too high on life. This is only going to be a 4/4, right? So I draw an extra card. I draw 2 cards to turn I'll die before he dies. He wants to play something here. He's going to 3 steps first. Alright, so he's got too many cards. I think I'm just going to take the Deceit. So he's got a Get Lost, a Spell Snare. Probably I take the Caretaker's Talent, now that I have nowhere to get rid of the talent. Yeah. Cove gains the life. If he was at 12, I would do the demon play. Ah, well, I guess we can do that now. He doesn't really have much. So do I want to draw cards with this? I mean, I can draw cards with the other Cavern, right? Let's do this again. You must hate this. Alright, let's Deceit him again. I can return my Cavern back if I want to. That's actually kind of funny. That means I miss out 4 damage. But that's fine. This is a good card. I'll take it back. Oh, there's a Beza. I don't want him to have Beza. Because he can ultimate me. I can also take out Beza with Tactics, right? So I can just take out his Ultima, force him to Get Lost. I can also take out his Get Lost and force him to Ultima. That's kind of fun. That would be his whole turn if he wants to play that. Alright, there we go. Okay, so he's got 4 mana. I don't think he can do much, so I will just attack him. He might have interaction, but if I spend 3 mana on stock up, no, I only have 3 mana left. So I do have to spend 4 mana on the Doomsday Excruciator. Three steps to draw and to discard. I think this deck does not fight that well against the mill plan. So we'll just see what he wants to do. He's got 5 turns left. He will Ultima. That was the plan. I just need to not draw cards. He's at 4, I'm at 4. He's at 3, I'll go to 3. As long as I don't draw cards, I don't think he can aggressively push me out. I can also Deceit him. But nah. Just don't do anything and see what our opponent wants to do, right? Do I have another Deceit? I don't. Let's look at what's in his hand. Huh? He's got 2 cards left. No more lies. I'll pay for that. Alright, Jaffe. Jafefe. He's got a bounce off, a Spell Snare and a Get Lost. I think it's ultimate. None of these give extra cards, so... Ah, our opponent's You're Going Me. Very fun. And you die. GG. Jeffy. I'm sorry, you're playing Blue Eye Control. You deserve the mill out. Alright, our opponent is Tsuoke. Or TSOUK. We go for, that's a lot of black mana. And none of the blue mana I will need for stock up. Do I keep this hand? I have a Deceit. And perhaps a Black Sun at some point. There are 3 dead cards in this hand. I think I'm mulliganing a hand with 3 dead cards, right? Right, we went from 3 dead cards to 4 dead cards. That's fine. That's fun. Alright, we'll put away the Swamp probably. But don't put away Cavern. I can't imagine Cavern being that useful right now when I have nothing else going on. Yeah. I think it'll be okay. Let's get intimidating. What you playing there? Oh. Oh, check out that whiff. What the hell is this? Hidetsugu deck? Alright, we get to 10, we die. Now we know how the game goes. Also, Bitter Triumph is probably going to get countered. Sewers. What can we mill? We probably just mill everything here. Except a Cavero, but... Like, what do? We put it out as a 4-4? I can't imagine us getting to turn 6 with this, right? You know what? They might play a creature. You never know. They might play something I can Bitter Triumph. They don't. I wish they do, but they don't. Oh, that might be something. We're at 8. Or 18. They're gonna play one of those otters? Man, can you imagine if they do that? They did it. We got another intimidation tactic. I don't think I do that here. I could make it so that they only have 4 cards left, but I will also only have 4 cards, or 6 cards left. And I think this is a game where if I have 6 cards left, I would probably lose. If I have the land on board, maybe, but this is tough. I mean, he might just play the other otter. Let's cycle it. Okay, 6 lands. 6 lands and I mean, like, I've had so many Mana Screw games. This is actually hilarious. Oh, well. Now this is something, right? I could make myself draw 3, which would hurt. Could also draw 3 and all 3 of them being lands, which would also hurt. Actually, what if I just Cavero him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I probably will die from the Hidetsugu Ride. He goes to 6, then goes to 5, draws 3, so 5 down to 2. And then he'll have 2 turns to finish me off. It's still risky. Yeah, right? I'm gonna try it. I don't think I have what it takes in the long run against this deck. Oh, he has 3 steps ahead. Okay. Well, I don't have what it takes against this deck no matter what, I guess. And Burst Lightning. Who would have thought? Caverns would have helped it. I guess we'll kick it. Because I can't draw Deceit for the life of me against this kind of opponent. So I'm going to force my hand. Two black. I can't name two blue, but I can name two black. Alright. Get rid of that Hidatsugu. So he can't instantly deal 10 damage to me. At least there's that. Then I gotta figure out how to not die to whatever left on the board, right? This is prowess, so... Okay. He's just gonna bring us to 6. The 6 is not dead. Blue, blue. Black, black. We will... we'll take this. Gonna have to bounce this first and see what we're facing down. There's an Ashling spells. Okay, those are all pointless, so we'll take the Frolicking Viper here. Ashling. Do I want to stop this right now? Return target non-land permanent. That could be anything, so I don't think I'll be able to kill it. Oh, he's just playing the Viper? 3 or less. Oh, god damn it. Should have done it in response. Yeah, okay. Nothing I can do there, but I guess I'll blight this. What kind of stock up can we hit? Deceit's pretty good. Hex is pretty good. I mean, I do want Deceit and I do want Hex, but with this deck, maybe I just take... No, I do take these two. I have to Deceit this, so maybe I attack first. See, block? You have no block. I'll kill that one too. Alright, as long as he doesn't hold up a counterspell, we can have a big Deceit that bounces our Cavero and then still deceives him. Unless he has a creature, then we're just normally deceiving. He does have a creature. Probably gonna drop his spell snare. Yeah. What else does he have now? Hired Claw. Okay. Ah! Well. I can make him discard his last card, and then bounce it and discard his last card. But I want to bounce my own... this is tricky, huh? He can flip this and get 2 mana. So I think the best way to do it is still to make him discard his last card. It's just a burst lining? Okay. Killing our Deceit. Blue, blue, black, black. We'll do this again. Actually, I should have just made a mill in the deck. I think we'll bounce this, right? Because the Higher Claw, even if it attacks, I can block. That card is value. I want to get rid of his value. And if his Higher Claw trades, it doesn't trade. It does get big. I'll take 2. But regular old block here. Hex. I don't have to blight this turn, but I can't imagine us blighting something else next turn. He might get a bounce for protection. So we'll kill that. Should have attacked with the Reef this turn. I would have set up a 2-turn lethal there. Ashling? It doesn't discard, right? Yeah, it doesn't discard, so it doesn't draw. Those are really good top decks our opponents are hitting. I'll mill 4. He can pay you a blue to turn into a 3/3, but I don't know if that will kill. He doesn't even pay. Alright. Why doesn't he pay? He wants to consult? I don't know. He's down to 1 land with that consult. You could have a counter spell, right? Mill 4 again. I can try to get this done, but I don't think so. It's too risky. Now he's at 1. I mean, I could have just pumped, but if he had like a bounce spell or something, he could have, you know, blow out my last damage dealing thing. I'm sure he doesn't want to bounce the Cavero. Scolding Viper. What do I bring back here? I have a bunch of Caveros. I don't think bringing back Caveros does much. But I will have to take 3 damage if I do, so... Let me try this. So maybe he has a counterspell. He didn't have a counterspell. Slick Sequence just to draw a card did not help. GG! Alright, we got through this against Tusk. Is that how you spell Tusk? No, right? It's so good. Whatever, GG. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw all those Doom games, how does this deck feel? Well, it did not perform as well as I thought it would. Not to say that it didn't perform well. It definitely did. It gave us, I think, 65% win rate or something. I forgot the numbers, but yeah, it was very surprisingly tricky to play. Now, that's mainly because of the mulligans, and that's my fault. I did not know how to mulligan this deck, and a lot of times I keep a 2-lander and then get mana screwed. That's painful. Intimidation Tactic is not a good card, but it is something that you need to have in the deck. But a lot of times it just whips, which means that if I keep a hand of, if I mulligan into a hand of 6 with one that's Intimidation Tactic and it whiffs, I'm actually keeping a hand of 5, and that feels bad, right? So that is where this deck's mulligan gets a little bit tricky. Not a lot of these are strong card draws. Like Archenemy's Charm, they draw cards from the graveyard, but none of the creature cards that we draw has card advantage, right? So Deceit and Deceit, these are not card advantage cards. And so Archenemy Charm doesn't count as a card advantage card. Insatiable Avarice deals too much damage to ourselves, and the meta's too fast, so we kind of just get burnt out a lot of times before we get to use our Avarice cards. So that's another thing that I found tricky to play with this deck. And other than that, I do think this deck is very, very strong, and a little bit of fine-tuning could go a long way with this deck. I do think one Doomsday is enough. I never really had a scenario where I wish I had more Doomsday. I really think Armaggon is probably one-off is good enough. I never really draw Armaggon today, but nor would there a scenario where I was thinking, oh, I wish I had Armaggon in my hand or in my graveyard. So it's a card that's there to, you know, as a double speed harvester, but it's not something too crazy here. Day of Black Sun and Deadly Cover-Up, I think they're okay. They never really performed that well, but that's also because we didn't have that many wide boards to handle. If there were, I think they would perform exactly as we thought they would. If you wanted to, you can cut more Day of Black Sun and put in Deadly Cover-Ups if you want to just exile your opponent's graveyard more consistently. I think that's viable. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Lastly, I want to talk about was I got really frustrated with Hex. And this is what I was saying all the time. Everybody likes Hex, and we did see how Hex saved us in that last game against, you know, Hitotsuku's second right, apparently. But in a lot of scenarios, Hex is going to not be able to hit 3 drops and up, right? And there are, I don't know why, but Arena keeps putting me up against decks that runs 3 drops and up. So in those matchups, Hex is not doing anything. And there was a few games where I faced the Hydra from green that made me angry, because if I had stab, I could have just stabbed Hydra, but I couldn't do that here, and I cried a little bit inside. So that's the unfortunate part. Of course, right, without the Hex, you can still Harvester Misery, so maybe I needed more Harvester in the deck. And that's, again, part of the fine-tuning that I need to figure out. Maybe there's too many board wipes and not enough Harvester that could give us more wins faster. And yeah, that's all I got for the deck. Oh, one more thing. I think the swamps, too many swamps, and not enough Undercity Sewers. There was a few games where I was a little bit short on blue, because remember, even if you want to Cavern back the seed, you still need to pip in 2 blue, and this is only 1 blue pip for the default requirement. So you have to manually tap another blue, which means that we do have to get 2 blue. Cavern does get us sometimes, but not always, since there's only 1 off, and that means that I wish I had a little bit more Undercity Sewers. That's, you know, all I got. And that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.